Hey you guys. I just finished up my dance class. I haven't done it with my friends in a long time. It's been an interesting year, actually. And it's been a long time since I shot in the alley, so I thought I would do a quick little recording from the alley. But there's no tires for me to sit on. My camera's not working. My beats are like hijacking all of the Bluetooth activity. So I'm using my OG camera and I just like, look at this, I just love this graffiti. But you know, we keep walking, we'll find more. Sometimes it's graffiti, sometimes it's just a straight up here comes a tag. A gangster tag. I'll show you guys a gangster tag. This should be a quick one. I wanted to sort of talk about where I find myself, but it may come out in this. I'm thinking about doing his little gang signs, gang tags. And then there's some graffiti. Is it art? Is it nothing at all? Giving everything all the meaning that it has for me? What is it meant to evoke in me? If it triggers anything, then there's an opportunity for healing. If that's my purpose, and everything is Gucci. Yeah, everything is good always. So that's what I'm feeling like. I came to my dance class and it hasn't been very comfortable there. And I stopped going for a while. The love is not gone. I love my lovelies, my chiquitas that we dance together. But the space hasn't felt like like it fits anymore. I'm finding that happening in a lot of spaces now. So the common denominator is moi. Yeah. I'm not going to give it any meaning. I'm just going to look for the opportunities for healing. But today being back there, oh man, I love Connie, Consuelo, Maria so much. And we've been going back and forth. The conversations have been awkward and we've been missing them and it just hasn't really fit. And today she messaged me and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come. And I did, and I danced. It was nice to be in the body. I brought my skates just in case. Everything, you know, and the joy is in the joining. So everything is for that opportunity. So while it was a joyful joining, absolutely, we danced, we hugged, we laughed, we sang, Prospero, Años Nuevo. Forgive my Spanish. Bad Bunny told me I had to get it together. Was it January, February, whenever the Super Bowl happens? Bad Bunny told me to get it together. I'm still working on it, Bad Bunny. Give me a minute. Well, we had all of those lovely moments. Still, I'm not sure if it's a space for me anymore. You know? And there's a clinging to it, absolutely. And I'm feeling that in a lot of spaces lately. Anyway, I guess that sort of feeds into my ideas about whether or not to offer, I don't know if I said it yet, the workbook lessons this year. You know, we've been doing some, I don't even know what to call it because I don't know the names of things. We've been offering them on my teacher's channel. There's some things happening on his channel. We've been offering those daily workbook lessons. We're going to continue to do those. He really loves them. But I was thinking of, again, as an opportunity of coming out of comfort zones, which is what we've been working on in our new satsang, to actually do the reading of the workbook lessons again. I'm not doing the workbook lessons for myself necessarily, but I can say a few things about how it's occurred for me. You know, January 1st, everybody does workbook lessons again. I really love that my teacher and his teacher don't recommend doing the workbook lessons over and over and over and over and over again. Trust the Christ when he says you're done with these. Trust that you have met your teacher, your guidance, your Holy Spirit. And the course is the beginning, and then you go from there, extending this and however you extend it. If you haven't done them well, of course you do them again. But trust the process that the process has been working on you if you have done them well. Anyway, what has occurred for me when I do that, and I've done them more than once, I'll be honest, but I know that first I would rely on other people doing them. Like I'd rely on YouTube and other people doing the workbook lessons and me doing with them. So I don't want this to be that. It'll be what it's going to be for you. But I know myself, I thought I was doing the workbook lessons by listening to other people talk about the workbook lessons, explain the workbook lessons. And there's some really good, Carol Howell's one, Nook and Kareem Sanchez. Nook Sanchez and Kareem. Is it Nook Sanchez? Yeah, Nook Sanchez and Kareem. They're really good. They do a really thorough unpacking. So there's a lot of, they explain the lessons to you. That's helpful. But I'll tell you what has been the most helpful for me. I was in a group and we were doing the workbook lessons together. I think it was read. It was offered up in a just a way, and we were told that that's what we were to do for the week. I don't know if it was one lesson or a few lessons. I can't remember now, but we would meet once a week, and we had these lessons or lesson to do on our own. And when we did the lessons, we did it with a purpose of, or at least in my mind, I had always the idea that I was going to be offering up my experience of the lesson, not necessarily my understanding of the lesson, but my experience with doing the lesson. And I have to say, that was the most powerful opportunity for me to do the workbook lessons, was to do it on my own and just check in with the experience that was provided from Holy Spirit. That's what the lessons are really about joining with Holy Spirit, not really trying to figure it out intellectually, but allowing Holy Spirit or Jesus Christ, the Christ mind, to offer up this transmission. I love how Muji Baba says it, like, don't give it to the mind. And the mind is going to want to grasp it. I know I was quite satisfied when I would listen to people explain it to me. Now I understand it. Now I think I can do something. But that's the way that the world works. That's not necessarily the way that this process works, where you study things and then you can apply. Like he says in the introduction, it is your application that will prove that these ideas are true. And the ideas are meant to be not really understood intellectually. He says some of them you will actively resist. So the idea of softening that resistance by trying very, very much to understand it is sort of counterintuitive. Again, if you could understand it, you wouldn't really need to do these lessons. And it is a Course in Miracles. So the opportunity is really to experience the miraculous nature of this transformation. So I don't even know if and how, but I'm feeling we had a beautiful satsang last night. I know I don't finish my thoughts. They don't mean anything. What came up in the satsang, it's going to be public, so I might put it here. Lately they've not been, but this one was a really, I think it can be not accepted. It's good for like a general audience. It's not too specific to how we sort of function, and it's I think it's would be a good one. But anyway, the idea of the unhealed healer came up. Perfect. That's not unfamiliar, and of course it would come up in the satsang because everything in the satsang is for me, and I hope that anyone that's in any group feels that that's how it is for them. Every single thing is for the healing of the mind, and everyone that shows up is going to help you with that by seeing like where your triggers are. And satsang for me, I say it 1,000 times. I know people are tired of me saying it. The satsang has been a source for all of my darkness to come up and out. So it's not a comfortable place for me. I do not sit in the satsang. Often I'm nodding my head and shaking my head in agreement, but also I'm often confronted by what's coming up internally and seen in the figures of my dream. They represent it so clearly in the satsang, all of the places where And that's one of the places, I mean, speaking of how my dance class and the uncomfortable feeling that I've had lately, satsang it's never felt comfortable. But there's a different sort of energy that's sort of happening for me. And the only thing to look at is, how do I feel about it? I feel some sort of way. So it's not really necessarily to change the form. That's not off the table. But I love to stay in this. And that's, if my mind was healed, I wouldn't feel some sort of way about anything. You know, the Christ mind says the slightest sigh of discontent. So if there's any healing left, I'm here for it. Like I said, I want all the smoke. Kicking and screaming, I want all the smoke. So the satsang, it's been a shift lately. Like this last year has felt different, but the last 3 months have been incredibly intense. So there is that desire to run, to blame the form instead of apply the principle. I think I've gone off a little bit. I didn't want to make this terribly long. So I don't know how if I would offer the reading of the first 50. Sorry, y'all. I don't know if I would, what it would look like if I did offer up. Well, the reading of the first 50 is what I'm going to do this year as well. But the opportunity to join in the workbook lessons. We'll see. I hate to be weird like this, but share your thoughts. What do you think? I think I'd like to do it. I think I was going to talk about the unhealed healer. I definitely feel like the unhealed healer, especially doing the workbook lessons. I mean, Teddy Poppy, my teacher, Nook and Corrine, Carol Howe, those are people that pop into my mind immediately. I'm sure there's others. There's many, many people that are offering this who could do a much better job at offering it in a really polished, beautiful, whatever is going to meet you. I don't know that I need to do anything except for myself. And that's the only reason for me to do this, is to make a declaration and meet the results of my thinking only for the purposes of healing my mind. So we'll see. Either way, the declaration has been made, and don't have a wow in this quite yet. I don't even have a real clear yes. And I don't even know if there's been an ask for it, except, well, it must be somewhere in my heart. The opportunity for more healing. The opportunity not to sidestep. The opportunity. I had a conversation or a message from someone, and I could see a lot of it in that message. The not wanting to feel uncomfortable, the not wanting to feel guilty, as if the things in form are the cause of that. So, same. All right, I've rambled long enough. I don't know if this will make it. I really just wanted to shoot something, my ideas of how things are meant to be, and the way things are is always perfect. All right, you guys. Didn't have any selfie stick today. So my head is filling up the whole frame. Oh, it's too close. Like Megan Kelly said, too close. All right, love you guys. This is a heart. This is a heart. All right, love you.